here at Phillip Island, and every picture tells a story. Tyre for Sato is coming in now. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a Bobby range up in there.
Yeah, I did tell you to, didn't I? You were umming and ahhing, I was like...
First time I've ever listened.
Well, and probably last time as well. You can see there the weather just worsening, unfortunately, for the remainder of Moto3. I'd be very surprised if we see some more bikes on track in terms of Moto3 for the remainder of just under 9 minutes. Bad news, of course, for Moto2, potentially MotoGP free practice session as well, of course. MotoGP qualifying could look in around about a couple of hours' time, I believe. So, yeah, fortunately, the heavens have opened here on the island. Blue sky that I could see a few moments ago has disappeared somewhat. So hopefully this doesn't last long. But yes, it looks like the running in Moto3 is coming to a halt for the remainder of this morning.
It is already easing off down here at Turn 4. I've got to say, it is still raining, but it's nowhere near as intense as it was just a minute or two ago. So, yeah, maybe Moto2 is going to get away with it right at the end, but again, conditions that you could really do without, and it's going to be disrupted running right the way through this Australian Grand Prix weekend. Disrupted not in terms of actual time schedule, that may well take effect, who knows, but it's more in the case that you're just not going to get a clear run at things. You're not really going to be able to dial the bike right in. That's what practice really became yesterday. It became a bit of an FP1 session. Today they were looking to refine it. They can't, because now the heavens have opened. You can't be riding around on slick tyres at full chat in the rain, that's obvious. And then they have to wait for qualifying, and qualifying's not really a session you get to try and perfect anything. You kind of got to go for broke. It might be a little bit of an advantage for some riders going through Q1 now. I mean, I'm talking the likes maybe of Valentin Peroni, who's having another really difficult session, it's got to be said, down there in 16th place. He might want the extra track time, but only if it's good, valuable track time, of course. There's no point going out if it's misery and dark and gloomy. You want it to be a bit of bright sunshine and something relevant to what you can learn. And then we get into tomorrow. There's no warm-up for Moto3. That's been the case now for a little while. We're straight into the race. So a real nightmare this is for Moto3 in FP2.
Yeah, judging from the form book, Peroni will be one of the favourites to come through Q1 later on this afternoon, but he said he didn't feel comfortable with the bike and struggled a lot on a new track for him. Of course, I think he was another rider who said starting the weekends in the sort of conditions we saw yesterday just really isn't ideal for anyone but the rookies who are learning Phillip Island for the first time. But there's a few riders who will be fancying their chances of coming through Q1 later on this afternoon. Matteo Bertelli is another rider who we've come to expect in Q2 automatically, of course, since his massive injury he picked up just after the Americas Grand Prix. He's returned in some good form, Bertelli, but he was another rider who just struggled a little bit yesterday. And you got the likes of Scott Ogden, who finished in P20 yesterday. Riccardo Rossi was P26. He's been in Q2 recently as well. So yeah, Q1 later on this afternoon will be an enticing affair. Obviously, we don't know what the conditions will be like. We do believe that the sun will come out, and as we're saying that now, the rain from where we are anyway down towards Turn 4 has stopped. So hopefully that's just a little sprinkling we've had here on the island. It will clear up nicely. And we saw yesterday that with the winds and the sun coming out, the track dries fairly quickly here. So I think for at least the start of Moto2 will be wet tyres, but maybe towards the end of Moto2 if we get no more rain, the circuit will dry up, and then maybe in MotoGP we'll get fully dry free practice.
It dries up quickly if there's a breeze. The thing is, we're in winter down here on Phillip Island. It is quite cold. That has been very obvious since we touched down fresh mile flight from Indonesia, where it is absolutely not winter.